at the Bass Racing Stables with Candice Bass-Robinson to chat about her runners for Saturday, the 11th of May. Candice, you're kicking off the day in race 1, the 1200 metre open maiden. You're saddling Black Cherry, 4-year-old Rafif Gelding. He's new to the yard. He's a horse with a little bit of a story, so I know it's his first time for you. What's he shown you so far?
He's been with me a couple of months now. He, I think, was sold to Mauritius and somehow didn't go to Mauritius, so he's been on the farm for I think a year and a half or more, something like that. So he's been out for a long time. He's a big horse, massive, great big horse. Very hard for me to say what I expect first time out from him. He looks to me like he's going to get a bit of ground. Covers a lot of ground with huge, big action. He's a nice horse, but as I say, difficult to assess his chances first time out. I would think they might be a little quick for him in a sprint, but we'll get a better idea on Saturday.
And then race 2, the 1100 metre Cape A Stakes, which looks like quite a competitive field. You're sending out Jerusalem Arain, 6 draw, Anthony Andrews on board, 55.5, which should give him a bit of a chance here.
Yeah, he's been a little bit of a disappointing horse since he's come down to the Cape. He hasn't really lived up to his 2-year-old form. Last time out, I took the blinkers off and he just didn't really take much interest at all. So the blinkers are back on again. It's a small field, but it's a very competitive field. It's going to be a tough race to try and win, but if the blinkers back on help, then he could possibly be a horse that could finish in money.
Race 6 is the 1600 metre Cape B Stakes. You're sending out Windrunner. He's got the 3 draw, Anthony Andrews on board as well. Coming in fresh. How's he doing at the moment?
Yeah, she's been tricky trying to find a race for her. She's lost 1 or 2 races, so it hasn't been easy to try and find a race for, so she's had quite a gap in between runs. Probably looking for a little bit further. She's the kind of filly I think that would be best suited to an 1800, but can't seem to find one of those. So, she's taking on the colts here. She's the kind of filly that shows quite a bit in her work at home. She's not the most robust of filly. She's quite a light-framed little filly, very athletic. But yeah, another one that's a little difficult to access in that race. There are 1 or 2 horses there with some good solid form. So she again is the kind of filly that if she brings her best form, she could be a money horse.
Race 9, 1200 metre class 4. You're sending out Night Tiger out of that lovely Ray for Fullard and Drew. She's got Robert Carty on board, 61.5, and already has 2 wins over this course and distance. So, might be.
He loves this course and distance, always got a big weight to carry though. Every time I want to put him in a lower division, it's 1,000 metres, which is a bit quick for him. So we have to just take our chances with the weight. He's a very consistent little horse. Always doing nicely at home. Again, it's a very open race. It's those sprint races, especially in that division, are never that easy. They're always quite competitive. But he's fitting well, and again, we'll have an each-way chance.
Race 10, you're sending out the 2 stablemates, Tanneron and Strata. 1000 metre class 4 for fillies and mares. Tanneron, 2 starts for a win and a place, so went really close on debut and a lovely maiden win last time out. Is taking on the older here, and then Strata, 3-year-old Canford Cliffs, also likes the course and distance, and also coming off a win last time out, so it's two nice fillies here.
Yeah, Strata's, a nice win from her last time out. She just got up to beat Paolo Queen. Obviously, there's a turnaround at the weights this time, so she'll have to find a little more to beat her there. But also, she enjoys this track and she enjoys the distance. So she's doing well at home, but she's got a little bit to do at the weights this time around. The other filly, Tanneron, obviously first run in the handicaps. As a 2-year-old, I'm not quite sure where she fits in there. Especially taking on a hard-knocking filly like Paolo Queen. But she's a very nice filly. She's a big, strong, strapping filly. It's going to be a prep run for her for that little non-black type feature that's coming up. So, yeah, she's doing well at home, and I think she can be competitive. I was actually wanting to run her in the other race on the day, the 1200 MR66, but somehow either these 2-year-olds' merit ratings seem to fluctuate without having a race in between. So it's a little bit frustrating and a little bit difficult to try and prep them for races. But anyway, here she is, and as I say, she's doing well enough at home to say that she may well be competitive out the maidens.